Hello and welcome to this edition of the Angels and Destiny show. Why is this show called this, you may ask? So I'll tell you. The accepted meaning of angel is messenger, and the accepted meaning of destiny is to make firm establish. So my guests and I bring you messages to establish what you need to know in the present. And also, I do like working with angels, the calmness they bring. Now, in a moment, I will introduce you to my wonderful guest, Stella Tudor. But before that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching the show live at a later date, as it really does mean a lot to me to connect with like-minded women. Now, if you've never met before, then my name is Ray, and I'm a transformational coach and trainer, and I can assist you to heal your past, create your future, and transform your present, so you can take charge of your destiny in the here and now. I'm the founder of Radiant Angel Energy, and I use future life progression, past life regression, guided meditation, angelic Reiki, and angel oracle cards to assist you if you feel lost, to get clear on your reason for being here. And I've also created several transformational packages, a journey through lifetimes, as well as a 6-week guided meditation series to help you gain confidence and take charge of your destiny. Now, each episode of the show covers various themes of your journey, a mini guided meditation or an angel oracle card reading with the wisdom of my wonderful guests, like today's guest, Stella Tudor, who is making her third appearance on the show. And today she's going to be talking about when you're able to make sense of just a few pieces in your life, it's enough insight to make a confident start. Now, Stella is a soul connection coach who helps creative individuals connect with the power of their soul. She loves to help people remember who they truly are, what their soul needs, and how they can expand their visions in this lifetime. Stella has been working with people since she remembered who she truly was, as she understands that all the jobs she's ever had, all her previous life experiences, have actually led her to where she is now. Stella loves to be of service from a place of love and compassion. Now, some of the techniques that Stella uses, but are not limited to, are future life progression, past life regression, NLP, and intuitive readings. Now, Stella has learned over many years of following her own passion, of listening to her own soul's call, and can actually help you with listening to your own soul's call. Now, with testimonials such as, I signed up for 3 sessions with Stella to work on getting the confidence needed to start my business. Stella was very easy to work with and helped me see the monster that I'd become, been afraid of for years in many different ways. I took a lot from our time together and feel that working with her really helps bring me forward and help me get unstuck. And thank you, Stella, for your kind words, gentle guidelines, and subtle direction you showed into my private session with you. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I felt safe and cared for all the way. Your intentions are pure gold, and your commitment to your client's success is wonderful. I'm grateful to know you there. You are there for when I could do more with clarity and directions. I recommend Stella's service for you if you want more clarity. So, without further delay, hello, Stella, and welcome back to the Angels of Destiny show. How are you today?
Oh, Ray, that was such an amazing introduction. I was like listening to all of this. I was like, is this about me or is this another person? Thank you so much for having me here. It's such a pleasure to connect with you again. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Brilliant. So, before we do get into this fascinating conversation, I want to remind you that not only can you share this video, but you can ask questions, leave comments and thoughts live or on the replay, as both Stella and I want to be part of this conversation. So, please don't be shy. So, Stella, why don't you tell us more about your journey and how we can assemble our own unique jigsaw?
Yeah, that's the mysterious part, isn't it? As I was explaining to you earlier, sometimes we just feel like we have this small picture and it all makes sense, or like, yes, this is the perfect jigsaw. We put all the pieces together and it makes absolute sense. And then as we grow, as we go through our own life experiences, we realize that there are so many more pieces, other pieces that we can add onto that picture. And then the picture becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's my understanding of it. Is not something that is always like set in stone. It's not something that we just say, okay, this is how it should be. It's like working with our soul, with our body as well, understanding how we respond to things that are around us and within us, but also to co-create with universe, God, creator, however, everybody chooses to name it, so it's it's a very complex but also easy at the same time concept, but it's like it's about discovering or remembering who we truly are, and uh, just serve from that place of love. That's what I enjoy doing myself.
Yeah. So how did you come to remember who you are, to actually get on your journey, on your path?
I'm still remembering, because it's like an ongoing journey. But like I was really thinking about who would I be if I would remove like every kind of logical thoughts or any kind of learnings that I've had over the years, and courses and everything, and languages that I speak and everything. So I really thought about this, and I realized that something that nobody would ever be able to take away from me would be my ability to see the best in people and really see their light, because sometimes it's just enough for me a conversation to just understand like how big the light of this person is. So this is where it all started from, like me thinking, what is it that repeats in every kind of job that I'm doing? What is it that's similar? What people see in me? Why do they come to me? And so when I had my daughter Melissa a few years ago, we've had a few situations, when where I really needed to follow my own guidance, and that was a very clear sign for me that this is a point where I can just commit to my own growth and embrace it fully and keep remembering who I am. So that's how I would say it started from that point. I mean, I started my journey since I was born, of course, but this is when I really immersed myself into the courses, the learning, the serving, the everything.
Yeah. And do you think kind of like having Melissa kind of like focused everything a little bit more for you?
Yes, I feel that our soul contract is really powerful. She came for a reason in my life, and probably I am her mom for a reason. But yes, her presence in my life really helped me shift my whole life. Um, and yeah, she's just a blessing for me now as well, because I am, I created my whole life and the activity that I do and the way that I'm serving people to be really flexible, so that I can hold the space for her to get to know herself from a very young age as well. And I say that she's enjoying that, so I'm happy. But yeah, I'm not trying to like influence her with my own beliefs and stuff. I'm trying my best to just hold the space for her to develop herself. But yes, she's helping me a lot to just get out of my own little space sometimes, or bubble, and see things from different perspectives. And actually she asks a lot of questions now that make me think. So that's like she teaching me as well, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, which is absolutely brilliant. I think that's one of the things with children, that we forget that they're there to teach us as well. They're part of our jigs. They are part of our jigsaw
Yeah,
puzzle,
yeah.
that help us develop and grow and create those new layers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it just keeps growing. All they need from us is love, really, attention and love. And I really wanted to be able to give her that, the space, the attention, and the love, And so she can decide what she wants to do with, the space, and how she wants to get to know herself afterwards better.
Yeah, no, that makes absolute sense. So when you're sort of like working with clients, do you, when they come to see you, do you kind of like intuitively know which part of their jigsaw, which part of the piece of their jigsaw is missing, or is it how they tell you, or how do you kind of like know, okay, we need to find that piece of the jigsaw and put it back in?
That's a really good question, Ray. It's a simple one and a complex one at the same time. So when people come to me, they usually reach a point where they understand there is so much more to their inner world than like what they managed to explore or remember by now. And so in that moment, I just listen, but not only with my physical ears, but with my internal ears as well. It is important for me to see beyond, to hear beyond words. That's extremely important for me. So when somebody comes to me and they say like, look, this is my problem, this is what I'm going through, and this is my like issue and difficult situation, um like usually I don't even I immediately sense what that is, but I also know that if I would tell them right away what that is, that may not help them
Mm.
so much, you know. So the way I love to work with people is by taking it all in from them, like understanding energetically what's going on behind the words, you know, behind what they are saying with the physical words, and then guide them intuitively on the journey that they really need to, like their soul needs to go through right now. And so that can be, you know, through towards a past life regression or a future life regression, or some people want to open their heart, some people want to go back into their childhood to remember some moments. So really it's all intuitive. But what I love so much about this kind of work is that once they reach a point where they understand, like, wow, I've never seen this part in me, or I never thought that was the problem. It's like a veil lifting off their eyes. And that's, you know, I'm like, I knew that was the thing, but I didn't want to come and tell you because, you know, like, you know, when you're 100% convinced that is something that you need to go forward with, and somebody else is telling you, no, you know what, I've been through that, actually you need something else, you don't really want to listen. At least I am talking about myself.
No, I think most
Unless,
people are like that.
yeah, so this is what, because I can work in two different ways. I can give the intuitive readings, you know, and using all the tools, the cards, you know, and the channeling, but I can also guide people to see those answers themselves. And so I can do the both things, but I know that, you know, my clients get the most out of it when they go through that guidance themselves.
Yeah, and that's the beauty where you're taking them into future lives and past lives, is that they can actually get to see and experience it themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. I like to say that you basically try it on, like with the future, you try it on before going for it, because, you know, so say for example, if our soul came here to learn more about patience or love or forgiveness, you know, there are so many different ways that you can learn that through, you know, and you can take different options, different paths to learn those lessons. So it's really about what is it that feels more aligned with your own energy, because, you know, when you try and push something, a lot of the times it just feels like it's difficult, it doesn't work. But then when you align with what does it really feel good for me right now, really really good, and you just go with it, then a lot of things reveal themselves to us, and that's really beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and especially when they you sort of like you bring back the experience. Oh my God, that's my, you know, I've got that in my future. Oh my God, I can't wait for it. And it's kind
Yeah.
of like, you won't be waiting long for it.
And you know, that's true because interestingly, last year we moved to another house, and I've had quite a few clients who are going through this process of either buying a house or buying a land to build a house. That was really interesting. But what happened was that a few of my clients, they saw themselves buying a new house or building a new house, and they didn't even think about having a new house at that stage when they went through the session, and now they have the house like in less than 1 year. And it's just phenomenal when you just unlock that thing and you're like, oh my god, that was the piece that was missing for this picture that I am painting now, in my life. And so and it's just such a joy, because what I love about this process is it's not only that I'm helping my clients directly, but as they grow and as they find their own puzzle pieces, then they help so many more people around them as well. Like, I have my clients who, say, for example, build their houses. They've helped their whole family then to have a better life, and that's so fulfilling. Or clients who decide to have a new business or a bigger business, and so it's not like I'm telling them, oh, you should do this. They just see that through these journeys, which is very satisfying.
Yeah, yeah, totally. So when you're doing the future and the past life um, stuff, with the clients, helping them find their those parts of the jigsaw of themselves, do they tend to follow the same route, or are they different? Do they experience it the same way, or is it all completely different for them?
Mm. As you work with future life regression and past life regression and different techniques, beautiful techniques. And by the way, if anyone from my audience is watching us, please follow Ray, because she's absolutely amazing. She has an amazing energy. Like, when you talk to her and work with her, she's just phenomenal. So as all these different sessions, they are very unique every single time, because we know, like, we have different dominant senses and we perceive things differently. We go through different type of experiences and learnings and all of this. So for sure, every single one is different. The technique is similar. So say if I just use the future life progression, it's the same technique. But what I find, and I was telling you before that we started this session, what I found is that every time I guide someone to one of these places, it doesn't matter, to open their heart, to see the future, to just connect with their ancestors, because sometimes I guide my clients to that place as well. I feel that they get to a place where I realize there is so much more for them. And so at that point, I don't look at, this was the script for, like, let's connect with our ancestors. Maybe they see something completely different. Maybe an image comes through from this present life, or, I just go with what their soul is telling me to do. Like, I literally connect with their soul and I facilitate. It's not like a river that flows. I'm not trying to tell this river, oh, you have to go in the past right now, right now. If the river wants to go to the heart chakra, to the crown chakra, to the future, to the past, I listen to that. I listen to that energy, if you wish, and then I just follow that flow, because I feel like this is how my clients get the most out of it. This is why they come to me, because you can find meditations, and we all know, like, when we listen to recorded meditations, that's one thing. But when you work with someone and that person guides you through the journey, it turns into something so complex in a beautiful way. And so, yeah, every single experience is different and unique, and I love that. I really do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, just really amazing. And again, like yourself, it's kind of like, yeah, let's just go where they're going. Might not have been what I was thinking, but yeah, let's just go with the way they're going. And you were saying that you kind of like you had an aha moment yourself, like another piece of your jigsaw puzzle when you went to Morocco recently.
Yeah, well, I had that about the Akashic Records. I realized that I've been working with Akashic Records without me saying the name, because I've done, honestly, thousands of readings, intuitive readings myself, with people from different places around the world. And now I don't even need the cards at times, but cards help me connect quicker with the problem, the situation, whatever the person is going through. But once I connect with that, I connect with the energy, the information keeps flowing, and I keep giving, words, phrases, like lots of things that to me they may not make any sense, but that doesn't matter. When I say something, what matters is for that person to receive the message that they came here for. So I had this book with me in Morocco recently. Actually had it for a while, and I knew about Akashic Records. I read before and I knew, but this time there was something different about it. It really sunk, like really I felt it. I felt like, oh my god, I've been doing this since forever. Even when I guide my clients, actually this is where I'm guiding them to access that universal browser, because what Akashic Records are is basically, like Google. You go on internet and you Google something. It's for our soul to access the information that the soul needs. It's like this universal browser that actually anyone has access to if you really want to learn how to go there. So I realized that even though I was using all of these amazing techniques that I've been learning from so many amazing people, my part to those techniques was guiding these people beyond, what I was telling them. It's going to be just a past life. Sometimes it's not just, it's so much more than that. So yeah, this was my aha moment, like 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, we're always then, the jigsaw is never complete. There's always going to be pieces that we're going to be finding,
Yeah,
all through our life.
absolutely. It's like I said. So I had this picture of, this is just an analogy, but yes, I do intuitive guidance, and this is how I'm doing it. It's like adding up another layer, another frame to my existent picture, and so it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And I know it's gonna expand because I've committed to doing this work for the rest of my life. It's not work for me, actually. It's my journey of personal growth, and you know on my path, as I'm sharing with people what is it that I'm learning and doing, there are people who resonate with what I'm learning or what I'm experiencing. And this is when I just know, like, it's such a joy when somebody reaches out to me and says, you said something that resonated with me so much. I want to work with you because I know you can help me with this particular thing. So this is a joy to me, because with our work, it's not about like trying to push to people, okay, this is my service, just you have to buy it, otherwise you're not gonna get an amazing life. It's not that. It's us going through the journey, learning, expanding, progressing. And then if our soul clients see us, and they do, when we do the work, they just come, and then it's like a beautiful thing. Because I'm sure you've experienced this too. Like when you're in there working with someone, uh, sometimes there are situations or messages that make you think, oh wow, I know now that I can approach this from another angle as well. Like, how amazing is this? Especially when you're open and you're letting it flow, and it's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is absolutely, yeah, absolutely amazing. And the beauty, as you said, is anyone can tap into that energy. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so you don't need to be a specialist or anything. The Akashic records, your future, your past, it's all there for you. You just need to tap into it, and it will give you such amazing results and clarity, and all those little pieces that you think that might be missing. I mean, do you find that, some people that come to you, they have got that, they kind of go, do you know, my life doesn't feel right. I feel like there's something missing, and I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but there is something that's just missing from me.
Yes, absolutely. And sometimes my clients may tell me, like, look, I've been working so hard, and I've been following my own like process, and I've been ticking the boxes, I've been doing everything in the correct way, but I know there is so much more to it. Like I really want to. I know I want. I know I can access another level to what is it that I'm doing, and to me, this is music to my soul and my ears, because I'm like, I've always feel so honored when I can be of service in this kind of way to someone, because really I am a facilitator. I'm not telling people what to do, how to feel, how to think, how to do like all these things. I am creating that space for the river to flow, and so for me that's a big joy. And yes, they can say like there is something missing, or I'm confused in my own thoughts, or I feel like I have so many different paths and I'm starting all of them but none of them works. I'm not sure what to do. And usually, if you have like lots of paths that you're just about to take but none of them feels good, usually maybe you need to look at something completely new that you never considered before, because I mentioned this in one of my posts. If it doesn't feel like a strong yes, then why should I put the effort and to waste my own energy to convince my body otherwise, or my soul otherwise? There is absolutely no reason for that. So maybe it will be a yes in the future, but if now is not a complete yes, I just know now how to work with it. Before I would get frustrated because I'll be like, but why I want to do it now? No, why can't I do it now? No, it's just not like that. It's not. It's like you ask maybe for something, um, and then you just have to be able to put that to the side and trust that it will come back to you when you're ready. And then you ask for that, but you continue to grow, and then it's gonna align at some point.
Yeah, yeah. I was just going to say to those watching, do say hello and let us know you're here. And Susie is here. Well,
Hi.
watching us, because this is interacting. Now I can see you're watching. So yeah, just say hello. Even if you've got no comments or anything, just say hello. Let us know, so we don't just see a little eye. We actually see who the people are. Um, watching. So thank you, Susie, for doing that. You must have read my mind. That's all I'm going to say on, on that one. So when you're working with clients or working with yourself, um, do you sort of like use all of the things that you use, or do you just work with a particular one, or do you combine them to do it, or is it just a case of, okay, let's just go with the flow and see what comes up with the client?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, some of my clients, they are familiar with all the terms, when it comes to all these techniques that we're using. But some of my clients, they feel I can help them. I can start to explain like what this means or what that means, but I just know they are here for a change, for a transformation. So the technique in these cases doesn't even matter. What it matters really is like to have that connection with the person that needs my help, and for me to have the connection with that person as well. Because I'll be honest, I had to say no on some occasions as well to some people. If I felt like we're not a match, then I would just say that, hey, I can recommend you to another person. I think, at this particular time, it may not be a fit. But yes, like when my clients come to me and they say like, look, this is what I'm going through. Um, I may ask them a question or two, like, or more. What is it so important for them? Why did they come now to me? Why did they feel like they need this change right now? And so based on their answers, I will intuitively know like what they need to experience at this very moment. Maybe they need to go through a healing first before stepping into the future. Or maybe they are just really, really close to a breakthrough moment, but they need to address something else before. So usually I will go with that intuitively. But I will, like, once I listen to what they're going through, I will I will then feed back to them, what is it that I'm perceiving. Usually it just gives them the clarity about their message, but in just like one phrase instead of like 30 minutes story, they're like, oh wow, you said that in one phrase. How do you know? And then when I just say the one phrase or two phrases, like, is this what you're going through, but I say it from my perspective. um, Obviously I use the words or the story that they shared with me, but I say it from what I understand behind the words, because it's not always about like what they say. It's how they say what they say and what is actually going on in their soul. And so when I say those things, my clients are usually, this is exactly what I need. And when I have that confirmation from them, I know that I picked up on the right thing in terms of like what kind of guidance I should give them next. And then from there, I just ask them, how deep you want to go? Do you just want to experience something, like in one session to just understand it better, or do you need more work? Because I do have clients who work with me for 6 months, or some other clients come every month to me for like a year or two now. Some clients just come when they feel called to come. So yeah, it just depends. It really depends. But my goal, and I'm trusting that when the right time will come, is to be able to help people and guide people in a group setting, to just help more people at the same time. For me, this is important because I really want to serve more people. But now, yeah, I'm just waiting for that, and I'm trusting that that moment will come soon.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I will do. And Elaine's here. Hello, Elaine. Thank you for watching and saying hello to us, because you've done live stuff in your Facebook group, haven't you? So you've kind of like done group sessions, but online.
Yes. So I have a group that I'm not doing much in that group at the moment, because I've been through so many changes myself in the past few years, and I just feel like now I'm arriving at a new place in my career, let's say that. Yeah, I just feel like I'm slowly arriving at a new place, and I'm embracing that. I Now I know myself. If I push something too hard, it just doesn't work. It has to be a balance between logic and emotion and intention and energy and all of it. It just has to be a balance. If I feel like there isn't a balance, then I learned to have more patience, because usually, and that's really funny, I have a lot of patience with other people, but I was putting so much pressure on myself. Like, I need to do this, I need to do this. And it just, no. Now, if I look back, I just feel like, no, I need to embrace who I truly am, and wait for that invitation, to, okay, now is the time to do this. So yes, I've done things online, I've done challenges, I've done like different kinds of things, but I'm just waiting for that moment to when I'll be ready to actually share with people more about this new approach that I'm gonna take soon, hopefully soon.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's really good, and that is the interesting thing. And I think so many of us that work in this field or do this kind of things, we do tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves to thinking, we have to do this, we have to do this, it's got to be done this way, it's got to be done that way, it's got to be done that way, and we get to a point where we really just need to take that step back and go, okay, let me breathe.
Yeah,
Let me breathe now. That's something I've learned. I'm now taking bank holidays off. I mean, the last bank holiday, Easter weekend, I actually took it off. I really didn't do a lot of work behind the scenes of my business or any kind, because I kind of like realized, I look back and thought, I have worked most bank holidays. I haven't really, just to spend time doing stuff with me, and I
yeah,
feel so much better for it, and I feel so much clearer and centered for it. And even I think anybody in their lives, even if you're bringing up children, looking after your family, doing a 9 to 5 job, etc., we put so much pressure on ourselves these days, and other people put so much pressure on us that we forget we need to take that step back and go, actually, do you know something? Today, I'm just looking after me.
Oh, you just said such an important message there, Ray. And I know how hard you work, and I know that you have the job and you have the business, and you just do so much. You do the trainings and retreats and all of it. So, I just congratulate you for taking that day off and or the weekend. It is so important, and I completely relate to what you're saying because, like, we've had like a couple of very intense years, and we've been through a lot as a family as well up to like this spring. And I realize that when I go through difficult situations, I can generate that energy. I can run that through me and go by another day and another day and another day. But I reach a point where I just have to just say it for what it is, that I'm tired. I am just so tired. And before Easter holiday, we actually were thinking like, what should we do? And we decided to just go away for quite a number of days. Actually, it was the longest holiday we've ever had, and I feel like it is so important to have these breaks because it's like balancing the masculine and the feminine energy sometimes, even because we are so much into this to do mode, and we achieve a lot. We're working hard, we're very disciplined, and that's amazing, because we need that in order to progress. But then when your body gets tired, you feel drained and all of it, you need to connect with that flowy energy and creative energy as well. So as I shared with you that aha moment that I had, and I've had so many other aha moments and so many answers that came through to me only when I stopped and listened. I closed my eyes so many times while I was away, and I was like, I'm clearing up my mind. I am here to just receive what I need to receive. And maybe I missed it in the past because I was too busy in my normal life, with my routine and everything. But I listened, and I had so much information coming through. It was just incredible. So I absolutely agree with you. We need to rest. We really do.
And Susie agrees. She says it's very true. Yeah, so so everyone watching, take that time, that day, even half a day if you can't do a whole day, half a day, just to go. No, children, whatever, I'm just going to spend that time with me, for me, loving me, caring for me, just sitting and being.
Being, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just being, because it may look like you do nothing, but it doesn't matter. Like, that doesn't matter because you go through so much when you're quiet. You learn so much about yourself that is like really priceless sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So thank you for that. So as you know, I do guided meditations and angel oracle cards, and each week I like to ask my guests whether they would like me to do a mini guided meditation for themselves and those watching, or pull an oracle card. So Stella, what would you like me to do for you and those watching?
Can we have a card, please?
Of course, we can have a card. Of course, we can have a card. Funny enough, they're in my hands as we speak.
Yeah.
And I bet this is a nice change for you as well, actually, has someone doing cards for you rather
Yeah.
than doing cards.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Stella is a very good intuitive reader.
Oh, thank you.
Just want people out there to know that she is very, very good. So obviously, as you know, when I do the cards, I do the cards for what we need to know in our current time. So even though I work with past life, we go into the past to heal and clear it, so that it doesn't affect us in the present. And when we go into the future, it's so we can know and understand and get clarity that we can bring back to our present. So everything I do is for the present. So, okay, not even going to be going far with that one, are we?
I love what you just said. Everything I do for the present. I love that. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, and I didn't even really need to shuffle these cards, and this one came out, which is funny enough what we've just been talking about. Watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax.
Oh no!
So that's
You
literally
see
confirmation for
how in
all of
tune
us.
that was amazing.
Exactly. So, what we've just been talking about, it's it's confirmation from the angels from the universe that we need to spend some more time watching clouds, just lying back, relaxing, resting, and just letting things flow to us rather than us trying to get everything to come to us. Just sit back, relax, and allow it. You know, and at the moment, because it's sort of like coming into summer, and that cloud watching is brilliant at this time of the year.
Absolutely. I love to watch the clouds, especially when I go somewhere and I fly and I'm in the airplane and just watching the clouds. I love that feeling. It's so beautiful.
It is. So everyone who's watching this live on the replay, we were talking about, we've actually learned and we now take the time for ourselves. And we're suggesting that maybe you do that as well. And we've had the confirmation for the card that came out that that's what all of us should be doing. And if you've not started doing it, do it. And if you have started doing it, absolutely brilliant. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
keep doing it. So, Stella, have you got any insights or wisdom to leave our viewers with?
Yes. Um, what I want to share today is that is is so important for us to keep connecting with our own truth. Is so important to, okay, listen to what other people around us have to say, but to not allow for those words to contradict our truth. Our truth can change. That is absolutely fine. But, by listening and expressing our own truth helps us grow. And it is such a priceless thing that we can do for our soul because, like, when we follow our truth, we can ask for help when we need. We can be honest and say that we need some rest. We can just say, okay, this is what I need right now. This is what I can do right now. It helps us connect with other people and with people who we resonate so much with. It also helps us expand so much more because it gives us such a fulfillment when you know that you're doing what you love, what you're passionate about, what you believe in. This is all that matters. And sometimes it doesn't even matter about the message that we say. It's how we say what we say. And when we believe in that truth and we say it from our heart, this is when it has power, much more power to it. So this is what I'm gonna leave everybody today with. Keep listening and following your own truth and believing in it fully.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant words of wisdom to leave everyone with. So, everyone, I really hope you've enjoyed this conversation and found it insightful because I know I definitely have. So, Stella, if people want to connect with you, how do they do that?
First, Trace, thank you so, so much for having me today. It's
You're
such a pleasure
welcome.
to connect with you. We've known each other for a few years, and it's just a blessing to know you. And everybody who's watching us, if you are my friend or in my audience, please follow Ray because she's absolutely amazing. She truly is.
Oh,
So
bless
if
you.
anyone wants to connect with me, you can find me on Facebook, Stella Tudor, or my website, which is stellatudor.com, but it's easier on Facebook at this time. And if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments and I'll get back to them, or just send me a message. If it's a little bit more personal, I'll be more than happy to answer that. Thank you so much again, Ray, for having me today.
You're welcome. And of course, anyone who follows me, do check out Stella because she does have some wonderful, inspiring quotes and messages that come through, which are really amazing. So yeah, Yeah, follow Stella as well. So thank you again, Stella, so much for sharing your wisdom, and thank you everyone for watching, and thank you, Susie, for saying they're a beautiful show. Yeah, so thank you everyone who has watched this live or is watching the replay. And of course, if you feel that you have reached that crossroads in your life and you need some guidance in stepping onto your spiritual path and getting clear on your journey and how to get there, then I would love to be that guide for you. So please feel free to connect with me and we can arrange a free clarity video call to discuss where you are now and how you can move forward to take charge of your destiny. And of course, please feel free to join my weekly newsletter and receive a free future life progression recording where I take you into a future lifetime to get guidance and clarity that you can use in your current life. And there's a couple of other free gifts in there as well for you. And don't forget this Wednesday, Angels and Spirits show with Graham. So if you're watching this live, it's this Wednesday. If you're watching the replay, it might be this Wednesday, or you might have to watch the replay where we do live readings on air. So everyone, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'd like to invite you to share this video, as I'm sure there are more women who feel lost and want to get clear on their destiny just like you. And of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, then please feel free to subscribe. Every subscribe you give me really helps me. And of course, hit that bell button to be notified when this show goes live or I post new guided meditations. And I look forward to you all joining me same time, same place next week. Again, thank you so much, Stella, and take care, everyone. Bye.